Over the weekend, President-elect, of course, he's the president in my view, Donald Trump, stated that he's not going to seek retribution from those who violated the law, used lawfare against him, and tried to destroy him and his family. That's a mistake. The president should learn from the past that you don't turn the other cheek. Even Jesus didn't turn the other cheek, believe me. Those people paid the price, the high priests and the Romans, with the help of the Father. They vanished, basically. Because they'll come back. They'll come back like Darth Vader, like the Force. They're regrouping as we speak, and they will try to destroy him. Now is the time to put them away. They need to be in prison where they belong. And his attorney, Pam Bondi, should do the job. But as I said, that's not going to happen. That's not what happens in Washington, D.C. She'll be opposed by 90% plus of the Department of Justice. There'll be leaks about her. They'll try to destroy her. I will be there to try to help her. I know Pam Bondi. She's a good person. And I believe she has a lot of courage, but she won't be able to do the job. And now Trump has told her, don't indict the Bidens, the ones that haven't been pardoned yet, Joe Biden, James Biden, Jill Biden, the family. Don't indict Christopher Wray, the FBI director. Don't indict Merrick Garland, the Attorney General at this present time. Don't indict Alejandro Mayorkas, the Secretary of Homeland Security that allowed refugees that were illegal to come into our country, many drug traffickers, human traffickers, sex traffickers, those who are terrorists. These people need to be held accountable. Dr. Fauci, Dr. Mengele, as I call him, who was responsible for the death of over 10 million people worldwide with his actions. These people need to be held accountable. You know, it's not by accident that the Old Testament talks about an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. And don't kid yourself, the New Testament's no different either. This is where we are today. That's why you need a Freedom Watch, because we will pick up the slack. We will prosecute these people and more. Robert Mueller, add him to the list, this witch hunt and the investigations. Add DC Bar Council, add New York Bar Council, add the rest of them. They'll all be prosecuted in a people's court. So go to freedomwatchusa.org, contribute to our cause. With tax-deductible contributions, join our Justice League. We need to eradicate peacefully and legally the left while they're on the run. They're scurrying off the ship like rats. They're turning on each other. They are rats. They are the absolute worst aspects of society. The left is pure evil. And that goes to Hollywood as well, which promotes it. Not everybody, but many people in Hollywood promote it. So this is where we are. Now let's turn to another issue. Daniel Penny, the brave individual, former military person who saved a number of people on a New York subway, finally was acquitted of the last charge of negligent homicide just now. On Friday, it was a hung jury and the judge dismissed that. The poor guy's going to be sued civilly in a New York City court with a leftist judge, just like you saw with regard to President Trump, leftist jury. He will be found liable for huge amounts of damage. Well, and it's plus on top of that, all the emotional distress that's been heaped upon him. Well, number one, he should be suing Alvin Bragg, the district attorney, for malicious prosecution. He's got a perfect shot at him right now, and he should do it. And I'll volunteer my services in Freedom Watch if he wants to do it. We'll do it pro bono. Also, with regard to the civil suit, same offer, we will stand in his stead, because you know what? His family members, one of them came out, obviously a racist against whites, and says there's going to be retribution here. This is a country, I can't accept this country. I don't believe in this country. It hates Black people. It doesn't hate Black people at all. Daniel Penny was saving Black people in the subway. Well, now's not the time to cower and run for the exits. I don't care who you are, black, green, yellow, blue, or white. The fact is that this is a country that has equal rights for everyone, and Daniel Penny was persecuted. And now we're probably going to see riots in the streets of New York. We're going to see riots everywhere. You'll see Al Sharpton come forward, that whore, that vigilante. In fact, that's too kind a word to use for him. You'll see Jesse Jackson. He's probably halfway in the grave by now, but he'll show up. So will Farrakhan, so will the rest. And we will have to push back, because now's the time to get rid of the racial division, which President Barack Obama, to use the term president loosely, continues to stoke. He is one of the most despicable people ever to occupy the White House. short of Joe Biden. He still is continuing to whip up racial divide in our country. Now's the time to put it aside, to move forward, but it's also the time to bring about justice for those people who not only tried to destroy Donald Trump, but also everyone around him, the lawyers that defended him, those who even support him, people like me with bar associations in the District of Columbia run by socialists, communists, atheists, and far leftists. They don't want us to be able to fight in court. So go to freedomwatchusa.org, contribute to our cause with tax-deductible contributions. We are your real Justice Department, not the Gestapo of the Biden-Harris Justice Department under Attorney General Merrick Garland and that chameleon disgrace of an FBI director, Christopher Wray. God bless you. I'll be back tomorrow with another special podcast. Remember, the Father and Son will only help us if we help ourselves. Thank you for listening to me.